Okay, so we got that in there. We got all our hardware. Now this appears to be slightly rusty for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
Storage conditions may have been suboptimal.
Gotta find something flat. That's flat, isn't it?
Flattish.
I wonder removing rust. You can rub on this all day with this gear, it barely even cut anything.
Hard steel.
These things are harder than hell. Even the grinding they don't want to cut.
Really?
Very hard. A lot cleaner. So which side was rusty, this one or this one?
This one.
Yep. It's cleaner now, see?
Right.
This one has little spots in it.
You can see the sandpaper marks too.
Cheat. That doesn't fit. It's way too short. Yeah, it looks better on this side.
Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna put it on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our next problem was the where's your stud at? Your gear. Sportster parts. Appears to be tight.
Press that out and get that out.
Press.
No?
Beat on the big hammer. More fun. My big punch is missing. Use this one. So we found out that the Sportster idler shaft is the same as a big twin. If you have the late 50s to the 60s. Or mid 54 or 5, somewhere it is when it changed. So we found out it's the same part.
What was it, a 52 part number?
I thought it was only like a 54 part number, but I don't remember. That was like a month or two back.
Yeah.
So this is a vintage pump. Almost nothing wrong with it. See, normally you would just throw something like this away, but see, there's some valuable parts in here that we needed. It's even got a couple of dowel pins inside here. Somebody needs those. So this is brass, it won't do any damage. We have a steel one here. Look at that, we have a NOS shaft. They're like new.
Yeah, exactly.
Something you don't have for your bike.
Right.
We need. Yeah, it fits right on there like it's made for it. Nice tight fit. Because what we found out was the two gears are different sizes. The shafts were different size. See how loose it is? This one doesn't really move hardly at all. It's half the clearance. It doesn't really rock any. Versus being on this one where it's really loose. So that's why you have different ones. See, the gears are different too. It looks different. Yep. See, it doesn't go on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's two different gears. That's probably why you didn't have a shaft, and the other one there was some issues with the shaft. They probably didn't have the right shaft. They just had another one of these stuck in there,
Right.
eating around.
It doesn't. It's not all gouged up in the pump.
You won't see the wear because it wears smoothly.
Oh, really?
So hopefully it's still tight. Okay, so which one's going, this one or the other one?
And that one, if it's tight.
Goes in that one? You mean where the shaft comes through?
No.
It goes in the tight one that it doesn't want to move in, because it doesn't want to even go in this hole at all. See, it has no chamfer on this one.
Mm-hmm.
See over here?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very slight. This has more chamfer on this side than this side, so we're going to use this side here. We're going like this. Now this one we will push in straight with the press.
No hammer for that?
Are we going to do any trimming on this pump before we do all this? Because once this goes in,
We're over.
I don't know if it'll fit in there. It'll go below the surface. Okay, it'll work. Go either way. Hopefully it doesn't burr up the shaft in it. It is going to be a tight fit. So we're not quite in the middle yet. Special tool made just for your pump. Like that?
Yeah.
To some people it might resemble a bowl with bad threads.
Alright. It's a custom tool.
Custom tool. So you can see that's below the surface, about 30 thou.
Mm-hmm.
And this one here is about the same, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go find your gear and see if it fits on there. Look at that. It's right on like it's supposed to. And the other one? Doesn't fit as good. Doesn't go in, see?
Mm-hmm.
It's a burr.
Oh, no.
See down here it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Up here. Here?
Is it there?
Yeah, right there. A little bit of a tight spot. Who did that? There you go. So I took half it off the deburr, and the rest of it I had to force it off. I had to burnish it off. We do a lot of burnishing on old bikes, don't we?
Right.
That's when stuff doesn't fit, you make it fit. So is this one going to fit in here now? Still pretty tight. It's a little snug.
Very snug. Snug's good for that, though, right?
No, the gear doesn't rotate. So you need to heat. So it takes a little horsepower to spin that thing. I had the same problem on my race bike. It was too tight. I had to
Open it up.
had to hand grind that out
Oh, really?
to get clearance. So the gear would spin. Yeah, I put the motor gear in the damn pump. And motor didn't want to rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a little precision adjustment. I'm going to do that brass punch.
Instant sinks the vise.
We know this one's loose on this side. Doesn't appear to be a shaft movement issue. That's hard enough. If it's going to move, it would move. It's not really making any real difference. So this gear is too big in diameter to fit. So we need to go find another gear. Do we have more of these?
Did we? I don't think.
I don't know. We'll leave that so I don't lose it. Oh, let's grab that extra stud there. It's always dark back here when we're working.
No.
You'd like to pay an electric bill around here, I guess. Okay, that gear is semi-standardized. Should be a lot of keyed ones. Another keyed one. These are all keyed. I guess the keyed ones never fall off. Yeah. And these are two different heights, so which one do we take?
The bigger one.
Takes a short one. Takes the ones in this box here. Possibly in this box here too. There's a non-keyed one right there. Cheers. How about that one?
Spins much better.
A couple of high spots in there, but it's those would wear in. That would break a key. Okay, now we gotta look at the gear teeth and make sure there's nothing blatantly bad about it. Looks like it's decent. See, mine's an updated one. See, it's got the oiling groove in there.
Mm-hmm.
Put oil in it. Updated model for like 61 pumps.
Right.
Like old ancient stuff that didn't have oil holes in it. Like this one. Same one. Fits also. Got a little crap in there, but the teeth look good. Okay, we'll go with that one. That came out of that box, right? Close enough. Nobody's gonna know the difference, right? So it's charging an hour to fix the problem. I'll just get you a different gear.
Right.
Same thing, just different. It's the same part, but this one works.
Yeah.
So your gear is oversized because mine's too thick. Where'd you get these parts from anyway? Everything you got seems to not fit. Oh, nasty oil on the bench. Okay, so now we have that. We have this one. have this one over here. And I have this one over here. And you put the shaft in the hole. And everything should rotate. Look at that. See, nice and free.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you do is we can't, without a key, we can't check the inside one, but go ahead and stick it on here. Yeah, your shaft doesn't fit in the hole very good. We didn't fix that problem yet. Screwdriver. Finger don't fit in there very well. It's a little tight in places, but right there gets a little binding a little bit, but not serious. Just enough if I can't get my finger in there through. Here's my thumb right there. I can do it. There you go. So teeth have some mismatched parts in there, little burrs here and there. Those will wear in, no problem. I'm assuming the other side's good too. That dowel's still tight though. That was the shaft being tight. Okay, so that shaft's fine. It's only tight when you put it in the pump. That's some pretty heavy binding. That's pretty. I'm not happy.
You on the pump body?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I had one do that before. That's a lot of binding. So I wonder which way it's off. Shit everywhere. Even way out here, it's not happy at all. And once it's off, it works fine. So, which way is it off?
Looks like it's touching at the top first.
Well, I can't beat it that way. I can go this way, or down. I
Right.
can't come up. Figures the direction I want to go is up. So obviously your parts are unhappy with each other. Is that brass? You mean the brass points and steel hammer? Don't hit on the very edge, hit on the side of the body.
Is it supposed to be pretty tight? Just not that tight, or?
It's supposed to spin freely.
Mm-hmm.
Not supposed to be tight at all, that's the problem. See, we're not even all the way down on this. We have plastic hammer there. Oh, that helped a lot. Okay, that really helped a lot.
Still getting hung up on that dowel.
And now I'm burnishing the high spots off. Yeah, it's keeping it from being flat. So the pump was cocked at some different angle.
Yeah. So it's.
So I never had one that was tight before like that. So now the shaft is
Spin freely.
whatever high spots are between all these parts. I'm burnished in now because they look pretty free. Why in the hell is the pump so damn such a pain? I don't know. Okay, now we put the gear back in here where it belongs. Yeah, see, it's still no problem. We have less drag on these now too because they're not binding. See, all the binding went away. It's a little tight there, but that's it. Down here where the pump actually works, it's free. Let's see down here. Now, which side of the pump am I on? I'm on the wrong side. It's supposed to be this way. A little bit more drag this direction, but let's get the high spots worn down again. Just burnishing the high spots, and so it's going to actually run about right here. Since you use shafts, so there's a little, you can feel the high spots on the shaft. You can even see the wear mark there. So. Just has some of that rust on there. Sure, that was fine. Chemically lightened. So a little tight areas will wear in, but if it's super tight, it won't. It'll destroy itself.
You still have a small gap under here too. You're tight on the inside.
Yep, that filled it up. Took all the binding out of it again. Yeah, because it felt like it was getting worse. It's probably working out.
Yeah.
Yep. I took all the binding completely out of it. Alright, so everything just has to be in there real flat. We'll have to figure out what these gasket heights are going to be. See, that one sticks up pretty high. A little bit closer. This one's higher than this one. So this is going to be, this will probably take the 10 thou gasket. So I think that's more than 5 thou clearance there. And this is the one I think I can only have, and the 9.5 thou thick I think is the only one I can get here. The bottom one I have, the 9.5 to 12, and I think I got some 5s. 4.5 5s.
Yeah, we want to keep that super tight.
Yeah, I found a guy that had some of those old original ones, and I bought 100 of them or something, a couple hundred of them, I forget.
Oh wow. I'll keep you going for a minute.
Buy them when you can get that stuff, 'cause what's gone is gone. They don't make them anymore. They were made by Excel, evidently, the ones that he had.
Oh really?
So like, I bought a stack of them, however many that is. 200-300. Don't care.
A few motors.
I bought enough to what I needed for hopefully the rest of my life, but if not, oh well, no biggie. So now we only got the problem is our dowel pin, why is it so tight? So I can shove it on by my fingers. Yeah, what's going on there now?
Yeah, it's working its way on there.
Well, as everything burnishes it in, see, it's going a lot easier than it did before.
bring the old parts and new to each other.
You can see how now it's going on pretty nicely.
Mhm.
Still got the tight spot, but it's going right over it now. Yeah,
I think it's still cooking out.
this must be on the ball. Yeah, it's still tight. Better. It's not the same when you beat it on.
Alright.
When you beat it on, it goes flat. Yeah, see, it has a high spot in there somewhere. So you can feel the drag and all the studs have some drag on them too. Yeah, they're not all perfect in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can push it in here first, and last is over here. So the last thing you can do is work on the studs.
Strain them.
See, like this one here, it's way toward me. These two are toward me. So if you knock them the other way a little bit, it'll free them up. You know, these you don't want to have with the brass because the stud is real soft. Don't overdo it. It's tight. This one needs to go this way. This one needs to go that way. So that one goes that way. This one goes this way. Obviously I went too far. Something moved.
Yeah.
This one here. Oh shit, I can feel that one moving. That one's soft. Yeah. The other one moves pretty easy. Looks a lot easier when the case isn't moving all over the place. Geez, it's bright. See, I fixed it, made it worse. Yep, I helped it out. Made everything worse. Ah, hit the wrong one. Binding on this one now. these two over here. This one needs to go that way quite a bit.
It's not easy to do it when you have it fully seated.
This one's definitely too far toward me. Problem is getting in there to do anything about it. It's a bad angle. See, I bent these all around, but they might be too high.
Mm.
So you get this one in here first. You come down the studs and you look at the studs and see the holes. You see what you're hitting on. This one here is way too far toward me. It's real easy to get stuff really screwed up real quick. See?
Yeah, it's minimal pressure you're putting on those hits.
Yeah.
Makes such a big difference.
This needs this way. This one just needs to go down. This one needs to go that way. See, I can't go that way from here, see? And some studs move quicker, move easier than other studs, so you have to gauge the hits. And when you're doing three different
how that
studs,
stud will take it.
yeah, when you're doing 3 different studs at once,
Right.
you lose track of where you're at real quick. Now see, this one's too far out now. That didn't look like it moved to Harley at all.
Why can't you hit them now while the pump's on?
It's being supported by the pump.
So it's not getting any.
It doesn't want to bend in the right area. So this one needs to go like that. You have more control of a steel hammer than a regular hammer.
Mm-hmm.
You can gauge the hit
Yeah.
pretty much. Still hurting me. This one's too far out now. That looks okay. That one's good. So this one needs to go probably about an angle like that. And this one about an angle like that. These two different angles. Like, so you don't have access to these, so it's kind of hard to get in there.
Mm.
All I can do is go straight this way and then
Right.
go that way to get a compound bend. And the last time it didn't move, so it hit a little bit harder. This one bends pretty easy. one. And we went by these now this time again, so this one still is our biggest one off. I'm moving out my thumb. Okay, that's working better. That's super free.
Okay.